I've had several listeners ask me to elaborate on what I mean by the divine. Let me provide a little background first. Western biblical traditions focus on the separation between us and God, and our worthiness to hang out with God at some future time. This did not make sense to me. It seemed to me that God must already be here and everywhere, right now, all the time. Isn't that what omnipresence refers to? Why not go direct to God and avoid the middleman? This is why the Hindu and Buddhist religions make more sense to me. They provide for a direct path to God through spiritual practice. When I was introduced to the Vedic tradition of India, I found there a path to the pinnacle of human realization, called enlightenment. I felt at home with the approach that enlightenment would eventually dawn through spiritual practice. And I liked the focus on enlightenment rather than the focus on a relationship with God. I was avoiding the specific idea of God because of the emotional and intellectual baggage it held for me, and I imagine holds for many of you. At a certain point in my spiritual unfoldment, though, things took an unexpected turn. I came face to face, so to speak, with the form of God. The idea of a form of God was not in my notebook of beliefs and concepts. How could it be possible that what we consider to be formless and beyond everything in existence could even have a form? And yet, I knew this was the real form of God, not the distorted concept of many religious traditions. It was obvious. Somehow, inexplicable to my mind and its concepts, there was such a thing as formless, absolute form, right here. And this was my initial introduction to the divine. I consciously chose to use the term the divine instead of God, to steer clear of the false understandings and emotional baggage most of us carry about the term God. But what is the divine? It is not the traditional creator God or the Son of God. It transcends those concepts. Whatever it is, the divine is beyond the oneness of unity consciousness. Being, consciousness, and existence are all contained in the infinitely infinite, formless, eternal body of the divine. The divine is the source of all that. How would I describe it? I can't really. What do you call something that transcends and is the source of being, consciousness, and existence? Some refer to it as nothingness. I don't have a better word, though. I keep trying to find one. But that, whatever we may call it, is the divine. And it goes even deeper than what I've been able to relate here. It's like there's an initial introduction to the divine, and that opens the possibility of going even deeper into the divine itself. And that is what I mean by the divine. It transcends any concept of the Creator God, or the deities of the cosmic realms, or whatever else you might come up with. And each of us has a direct path to the divine. There's much more I could say about all this, but I think I may have said enough for now. At least now you know what I mean by the divine.